Mitsuru.
Each other.
Didn't we already do this? I'm pretty sure we already, yeah, we already fought Yukiko. Oh, yes. We finished the fight and then we went to the next area. Right. This is where we're at. He's in spirit too. Of course he's there in spirit. Okay, here we go. As I step into the school, I realize that the invisible walls are everywhere. Alright, so who is our new target on Mitsuru's side? Who is the thief who stole Labrys? That we still haven't figured out. I guess and Akiko may have been dragged into this Grand Prix as well. If so, we need to compare notes. If all goes well, we may figure out the location of the mastermind behind this that I failed to grasp earlier. After quickly confirming that there are no shadows nearby, I link my communicator with my persona. I focus my consciousness and send it drifting throughout the surrounding area.
Hurts. So lonely.
Aww.
What was that?
It was a Divinity stream, yeah. We had to end a little bit early for Joe. So I decided, instead of stopping stream, I'm just gonna keep going and we're just gonna watch some arena. Alright, so she's coming across Labrys's voice. The reply change? Oh, I don't notice anything really.
I'm scared. I'm alone. It hurts.
Aww.
Why? Why won't anyone listen?
I don't recognize the voice. Perhaps one of Amagi's friends.
I didn't ask to be born a machine. How come no one understands? What's the difference between normal people's hearts and mine?
A machine? Is that Labrys?
I stand up and try calling to her.
Labrys! Are you nearby? Answer me!
But there is no answer. It seems that it's not because that voice's owner is nearby that I can hear her. It is subtly different from hearing voices from one's own ears, it's true. I focus my senses once again, but I still can't tell exactly where it's coming from. Not yet having a thorough command of the layout here makes it harder to pinpoint. Eventually the voice fades, only silence.
Going by what she said, that had to have been Labrys. Sounds as if her heart has developed further than we thought.
Even I guess the latest model required a lot of time and experience to develop the heart she has. So then, why does Labrys, who's been sealed from her development up to now, have such an advanced heart?
I didn't ask to be born a machine. It pains me to hear that.
Aww. Hold on. I think I'm also... Let me do this. Let me pause this for a quick second. I'm also gonna do a Discord thing as well. Okay. There we go. The only thing to stand up as a shadow is a persona, and being able to control one is absolutely a necessity when dealing with shadows. Thus they were given hearts. Yes.
We can't allow victims like her to be tormented by sins of the past. Whether they're human or not.
Newly resolved, I press on. I continue through the school, still unable to contact Aigis or Akihiko. Who's next? The invisible walls seem to be leading me towards a gym. Compared to the one back at Gekukan High, this one is rather modest, but the chairs stacked unusual heights. Okay, I don't really need a description of the room. Alright, the monitor is switching on again. Not General Teddy. A young men and women are introduced as
participants. They're wearing the same uniforms as Amagi. I assume these are the friends she spoke of.
It played the introduction. All of them are introduced with horrible epithets, but the Magi I met in person was a completely different, sophisticated girl.
I had to completely rejigger the bracket to accommodate 3 new contestants. Sheesh.
3 new contestants. Myself, Akihiko, and Aigis?
On the other paw, the tournament's more exciting with more people in it. But getting back on track, allow me to introduce your next opponent.
When I enter, someone who had already been there turns around. His face, it was on the video a moment ago.
There's
Oh no,
people besides us
Yosuke!
here?
You're...
Holy crap, she's smoking hot. The thing she's wearing doesn't hurt either.
You were in that video just now. What was it they called you? Captain Ressentiment?
How come you remember that stupid title and not my real name? Figures I need a knockout like this, and she already knows about that. God, I wish I was dead.
Yosuke is done. Apparently from the episodes from the video, it hit a sore point with the people featured. The nickname left more of an impression than his real name, so it just slipped out. At that moment, General Teddy appears again on one of the larger monitors inside the gym.
How do you like your opponent?
Why are you making us fight? What benefit do you derive from this nonsense?
So many questions. I just want you all to suffer. Isn't
Hello,
that
Kazumi.
exciting? Isn't that fun? Jibba jabba. Hurry and start the...
It's the same as that time with the Magi. As I glare at the monitor, thinking that more interference is at work here, I hear unexpectedly bitter
Yeah,
words.
Teddy's right. I mean, you're the one who barged in here. Man, who'd come to such a dangerous place without hesitating? You really are an ice queen. I bet you don't have many friends, huh?
It's happening again! That moment the noise kicks in. Not only does my opponent personality change, they begin speaking of things they shouldn't know about. It's exactly like what happened with the Magi.
You talk as if you know me.
Stop acting so calm and changing the subject.
No.
You seem like you don't know much about this world, so how do you plan to get out? Don't tell me you rushed in here with no escape plan. Oh man, seriously? You're nuts. People like you who obsess over responsibility and put all the burden on yourselves, you annoy the hell out of me.
It doesn't matter how
Yikes.
others perceive me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that because you don't trust anyone?
We clearly can't have a normal conversation with the enemy's interference. But even knowing that, I catch myself trying to argue the point. Heavy responsibility I suffer is mine alone. This is why I try to be self-sufficient. The more I care about someone, the less I'm willing to rely on them. Aw, but isn't that no better than not believing in them? I've been caught in that trap before. Maybe I still haven't truly escaped it. How could he guess at my private distress, one that I've barely confided to others before?
Supposedly an unexpected intruder. What's going on?
What are you mumbling about? Well, let me ease your mind. I'll end everything for you. Let's do this, Jiraiya!
Yikes!
I can see there'll be no talking sense with him like this. There's nothing for it then. Artemisia!
Dancing will be after we watch Arena and Ultimate. We'll get there.
Don't do this! What? Still up in the air.
Elegant finish.
Oh, wait, was that like the kill? The thingy? The thing?
An elegant finish.
Whoa. got executed.
Aw, you're so useless, Yosuke-senpai! Unfortunately,
Yikes,
the
Mitsuru.
party crasher wins!
That was pretty rough. The girl is casual with her insults soon after General Teddy appears on the monitor.
You're so strong, miss. I can barely believe how gorgeous and powerful you are.
It seems they're not provoking us only to have us fight one another. And their method. Is
That
it
stream
more
was
like
fun.
an illusion they're casting over
like one of my
us,
favorite times of
rather
the
than some sort of mind control?
Still trying to figure everything out? Switch your brain off and enjoy the Grand Prix already.
Sorry, but I'm not some savage who enjoys the suffering of others. And don't call me Miss. My name is Mitsuru Kirijo.
Yeah, tell him.
Kirijo?
You've toyed with us, and I don't take that lightly. I'll make you pay for what you've done. You'd better be prepared for that.
Kirijo.
Oh. When he hears my voice, the vase on the bear costume distorts into a mask of paint.
You're the one who should be prepared. I'll never let you stop me.
Ooh, the broadcast ends after he flings those words at me.
I mentioned my name on purpose. He reacted as strongly to the name Kirijo as I thought he would.
I still don't know anything for certain, but I'm increasingly sure that General Teddy is related to the circumstances surrounding Labras.
At first, I thought I'd stumbled into an irrelevant side incident, but evidently not. We were meant to come here.
Just the end. Then the young man behind me slowly gets to his feet.
Ow!
Oh, rip Yosuke.
You're awake.
Seems now that the battle is settled, the interference causing us both to seem odd has vanished. Hanamura cringes away, frightened. I can't help but shrug.
My. Magi reacted the same way. Were the things that the illusory me said that harsh?
Apparently.
Oh, you bet. Wait, what? Illusory? And did you just say Amagi? You meant Yukiko?
Yes, before I came here. I was forced to fight her, quite against my will.
I explained the situation to him. I also add that she shared information with me on last year's case. He seems to know the name Labyrinth. Once we finish speaking, he stands up and places his hand in the air as if touching something there.
Only the winner can move on, huh? I'm the only one who can feel this invisible wall thing, so I guess it's true.
Yup.
I'm glad you understand. I was worried you'd doubt me since I'm a complete stranger.
Well, you didn't seem like someone who'd try and trick me.
Well,
I mean, what's the point? I've lost now, so I can't go anywhere.
Indeed. You're very pragmatic.
rip. Yeah, we're doing Mitsuru's story. I'm hoping I can finish
after what I went
Mitsuru's
through
story. I
last
have
year,
about
I
an
just got
hour
used to
before I
coming
need to
smack up
play
against insane stuff in
Final
this
Fantasy
world.
14.
And Yukiko, my friend you met,
Which I think I might
she
stream that
believed in
too.
you. So I don't mind trusting you too.
I see.
I can't help myself from smiling. Their bond seems to be real. I do somewhat envy the way they trust each other without a doubt. That could never have happened unless they had overcome the same trials together.
I'd like your opinion on something. What do you think is the objective of this tournament? That General Teddy said it was all in fun.
You'd be melting wearing
but
that?
doubt
I
it's
mean,
anything so simple.
maybe Mitsuru's cold.
I've been wondering the same thing, but I don't know. But you know, it might not just be Teddy behind it. I met this weird girl earlier.
A weird girl.
She was about my age, and she said she was the student council president. It was like she had no idea that she was inside the TV world. That doesn't seem very likely, does it?
No, I doubt one could be unaware of such things. It's possible that she didn't come here of her own will.
This may be a school now, but it doesn't always look like this. When normal people who don't have personas come in here, the world changes to reflect what they're thinking of. It happened every time a victim was dumped into a TV last year. Maybe this time she's the victim. Even if she means well, she still could have a lot to do with the tournament.
Girl, huh?
Judging from the state of affairs, I'm beginning to think that the girl in question is Labyrinth. Since Hanamura doesn't know the details of my mission, it wouldn't occur to him that what I'm searching for is a humanoid weapon with a heart.
What did this girl look like? Did anything about her stand out?
Huh? No, not really. She wore the same uniform as the rest of us.
She had a
uniform?
Brooklyn accent. How about that one? Considering how August looks, it's possible that Labrys's appearance is quite close to a human. What does it mean that she's completely able to pass as a human? Even August has to wear clothes that cover her entire body in order for her to walk around in town. Yet Labrys even wears the same uniform as them? Chalk up another unsolved mystery, I suppose. But after talking with Hanamura, it does feel like I'm starting to understand the bigger picture here.
I see. Thank you. I'm getting a clearer picture of what's going on. I'm sorry, but I can't stay and chat. I should be leaving now.
Oh, wait a sec. Can I ask you a favor? Can you look after my other friends too? It sucks, but I can't get to them from here.
Aw.
That Teddy's really not a bad guy either. Sure, he eats my ice cream without asking and stuff, but... He's not the
Yosuke
type of
is
guy who'd
still
get off
salty
on
about
watching
the
people
ice
hurt each
cream.
other. There's
Yeah,
gotta be
he
some
never
other
got over it.
explanation.
Don't worry. I was already thinking along similar lines. What we saw was an illusion. It may be that they're faced with the same situation. I'll save everyone who's been dragged into this, including your friends, and this student council president.
Thanks. Just hurry before someone else dies in here.
Hanamura's expression, which had previously been bright, albeit desperate, darkens noticeably. From all I've heard, last year's Shadows incidents revolved around serial murders. It may be that he lost someone as well. To fight desperately but lacking the power to make a difference, and being forcibly parted from loved ones. I understand that pain all too well.
That must sound pretty lame, losing the fight and then making a lot of demands.
F.
Not so. Your concern for your friends in a situation like this. C'est magnifique.
What?
I sensed it when speaking to Amagi too, but you all seem to have very strong wills. I promise to do what I can to help.
The emotions he seemed to view as a weakness are actually a strength. I'm sure that with a little more experience, he'll come to realize that. He'll see how difficult it is to hold on to that will and how valuable it is to have friends he can share it with. Since I'm the one who'll be moving on, I'm responsible for the duties he entrusted to me. As if sensing my determination, Hanamura's expression turns serious, and he nods. Yeah, he could do that. Man, you know what? You reminded me, Ryder. I really want to make a YouTube video of me attempting to pronounce all of like the skills in the Persona franchise, because I don't know how to pronounce any of them. Garudine. I should make a video on that.
Is there no end to this?
I strayed from the suggested route on purpose and opened one of the classroom doors. I sense no enemies here, and it doesn't look likely that I'll run into my next opponent here either. Should be safe. This time, unlike before, my senses cleanly and smoothly spread on outward. I sense one, no, two familiar reactions.
Akihiko and Aigis. They both seem to be okay.
First, I focus my senses to contact with Aigis, who's closer by.
Can you hear me, Aigis?
Mitsuru-san, I am relieved to finally hear from you. Is Akihiko-san with you?
No, we were separated, but I've confirmed his safety. I'm sure he won't be defeated that easily. Let's exchange information while we can.
Ah, I see. Garudine. Garudin? Garudin. Garudin. Din. Garadin. Fuck. I need to make a YouTube video on that.
I saw that girl a moment ago, though I lost sight of her when the invisible walls blocked my path.
I've been told she looks more human than you. Is that possible?
Not only that, she was almost indistinguishable from a normal person. I couldn't believe it either. Yet I definitely sensed a personality module. I don't believe there's any mistake that she is Labrys.
I see.
There's no doubt that General Teddy has strong ties to Labrys and the Kirijo group. This girl, whom we believe to be Labrys, is apparently walking around unconstrained. If he can set up this many walls, it should be easy for him to capture her,
Don't worry
too.
about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know how Labrys ties into this situation yet, but be careful. Hello? I lost her.
Ain't there some other way? If there was, then...
That's the same voice from before. Labrys, is that you?
It's happening again.
Why are you laughing? What about this is funny?
Who is she addressing?
I don't want to fight him anymore!
That reminds me. Hanamura said that the environments here are formed by the thoughts of those who enter this world. Could these be Labrys' innermost thoughts? Is that why everything about this place radiates her feelings?
What do you think we are?
For a moment I experienced not just the voice, but a powerful wave of emotions. They bombard me through my persona senses. A strong sadness, confusion, despair. I can't help but fall to my knees, though nothing is assaulting me directly. How can I describe this weight? One possible explanation crosses my mind.
She's not addressing anyone. These are her memories. I see. So that's what's going on.
I think back to what General Teddy said. That making people suffer is fun. I dismissed it as a barbaric desire not worth thinking about too deeply. But in truth, what kind of horrors would someone have to go through to emerge with such a stunted perspective?
I'm finally beginning to see the relationship between this tournament and Labrys.
In any case, I must proceed on to learn anything. I redouble my resolve and begin walking again.
What are you getting so sentimental for? The Grand Prix's not over yet!
Teddy, let
Then
me
you
live my
intend to
life.
continue this meaningless farce.
I'll decide what's meaningless or not! Bring out the next challenger!
As soon as the general shouts, smoke gushes out, obstructing my view. It seems he isn't willing to listen to reason at all. Not that I expected otherwise. Will I be forced to fight this time?
You?
Oh! I remember that face, Naoto Shirogane. He was present as a police officer when Labrys was being transported to Yakushima. It was thanks to his quick thinking that we discovered Labrys had been taken to Inaba. The If our trip hadn't been disrupted by the hijacking, he might still be with us in Yakushima. But why is he here?
This is a problem. I didn't think we'd run into each other so soon. Is this another illusion? No. I can see that it isn't. Why are you here? I'll answer that question later. It would
No,
be
we didn't
best
get
to
through.
say
I
as
guess
little
this
as
is the next
possible
story
for
we're
now.
doing. Or watching. With that, the young man lifts a finger to his lips in a gesture to remain silent. Directly afterwards, that staticky sensation runs through my body. It's then that I understand what he meant. Once again, this noise will prevent us from understanding each other properly. He's probably also noticed the effect at work. Nothing we say right now could be called conversing. If we both understand that, neither of us need to take what the other says personally. That's why he called for a temporary silence. It's an amazing assessment, given the brief time in which he had to make it. Before long, as expected, the young man before me undergoes a complete attitude reversal.
Seriously, such impatience handling the grunt work yourself like this. Isn't micromanaging like this the style of an incompetent leader? One who can't see the bigger picture?
This isn't how he truly feels. I say
The silent
nothing.
treatment, huh? That's fine. I understand perfectly. You don't believe in people. Not a single one. You have friends and allies, but believing in them is a different thing. I suspect you'll never break down that wall.
Yikes.
Shall I say it for you? You're actually scared to. The notion of growing attached to something and losing it scares you so much that you'll share nothing truly important to you. Even if you want to believe in your friends, you can't. That's not true.
After the words slipped from my mouth, I realized that the argument is futile.
Of course it is. Why not simply admit it? In truth, you have your hands full just expiating your family's sins.
Until you're saying big words.
You don't need the added burden of others placing their lives in your hands. Isn't that how you really feel?
Use smaller words.
No.
The young man smirks as if ridiculing my inability to stop myself from responding to his allegations, despite knowing the futility of doing so. But the smirk only helps me to regain my composure. The real Shirogane would never make that face. This is only an illusion.
There's no use continuing this. Not until I eliminate this irritating mirage.
Alright, and fight! Okay. For some reason this time he doesn't. Ooh, no General Teddy. Not sure why, but it at least allows us to calmly talk things over. I look towards the young man once again.
Am I getting through to you now?
Nanto is still a young man.
Yes. The same goes for me, I presume. It seems we were spellbound until the fight began, as we both suspected. They disrupted our communications to drive a wedge between us and make us fight. Though it's a mystery to me as to where it draws such personal slights for the illusions before us. I agree.
He seems to bear no animosity and is willing to discuss things, but to be honest, I'm not sure where we stand. Why is he here? I can think of several possible explanations, but if he secretly followed us in, his canniness may prove something. He gives a sudden wry smile as if sensing my reluctance. and
There's
trying
no
to
need
assuage
to be
it.
cagey. I don't intend to dodge whatever questions you have. You were probably wondering 3 things when you saw me here. First, how did I enter this world? Second, what am I doing in Inaba? And third, if I came here looking for you, what are my true intentions? No wonder you've made a name for yourself as a detective. You're correct on all counts. The first answer is easy. You know now that I can use a persona, allowing me access to the TV world. As for the second, there's no great mystery why I would come to Inaba. I live here. You wouldn't happen to be acquainted with Amagi and Hanamura? You've met my senpai? Your friends. I gather
Senpai!
that your comrades who fought alongside each other during the serial murder case last year. I assume you entered the TV together for the same reason
They aren't,
did,
like,
and found yourself
you know, her
dragged into this mess as
senpai
well.
per se. But they're her friends. Whatever doubts I have about them, it seems that they're being dragged into this. I'm not very comfortable with that.
If so, I must apologize to you. No doubt you already know, but the object we seek has been brought to this world. It's most likely the cause of this disturbance. Whoever learned of this world's existence must have thought it would be useful in whatever they're scheming.
You apologizing to me?
Kirigane shrugs with a wry
Are
smile.
you so sure you can trust me? You have no guarantee that I'm telling the truth. And there's still the answer to your third question to consider. I haven't yet told you my true motives.
Ooh.
Fair enough. But if you're friends with Amagi and Hanamura, I feel I can trust you. Their bonds with their friends are real.
Perhaps I lied about that too.
But then why would you bring it up? No, you're no villain. That's what my intuition tells me.
You aren't at all the person I thought you'd be.
I'll take that as a compliment.
What an interesting conversation these two are having. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. It makes him look his age or even younger. I can't help but smile myself at the idea that he's not exactly the hardened detective I'd imagined him to
The
be.
Teddy who appeared on that monitor is not our friend. He's an imposter.
You have proof of this?
I found the real Teddy. Our enemy can fog both our eyes and ears. It's possible they can make themselves look like someone else.
I see.
But I still don't know why they chose to take on Teddy's appearance.
Upon hearing this, I sigh and close my eyes.
It might be to make you all suffer. If they led you to believe your friend betrayed you, it would make this all the more painful.
There's some truth to that, but it seems too simple a motive to warrant this elaborate of a disturbance.
He's wrong. If the motive is somehow connected to Labrys's memories, what has been incomprehensible becomes completely understandable. My conclusion must have shown through on my face since Chirigane trails off in understanding. At that moment came something like a touch. And it's a sensation I hadn't felt since entering this world, but I know this feeling. It's the effect of being brushed by a persona's informational support powers.
This feeling. Rise-san! Rise-san, can you hear me?
Nato-kun? So you ended up here too!
The voice that echoes is much like the voice I heard over the PA system, but it seems quite different. Announcements must have been part of the culprit's tricks. Rise's voice immediately turns quavery.
I'm so glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other too!
It's all right. Just calm down and tell me where you are.
I think it's the
If they ever
announcement
did a
room.
Persona 5
It's kind
fighting
of
game,
off,
do
though.
you think that older
There are
adult
these
Kanji will
invisible
finally find
walls
the
around
penguin
and I
animal
can't get out.
cracker?
I hope that one day Kanji finds the penguin
The
animal
fake
cracker.
Teddy was watching me until a moment ago, so I couldn't use my persona.
He seems to have been under the General's close watch, limiting her chances to meet. Okay,
I'm headed
whatever.
straight there, so stay put.
Eh.
Huh? Who's that? Why can I hear your voice but not sense you?
She sounds extremely confused. Her power makes her be able to hide, basically. Can't be recognized. Shirogane senses her confusion as well and introduces me to her.
Kirijo?
Yep, that's me. That Kirijo.
Yes, that's correct.
The CEO?
Yup.
Not quite. I am the founding family's...
You hired me for a commercial before. Oh, good. Thank you very much for your patronage.
She be simping.
a commercial.
Oh, yes! I'm Rise Kuchikawa. I'm a classmate of the others you met, but I'm also kind of a starlet, and, it's hard to explain.
This is so cute, actually.
Rise-san, that can wait. There's no knowing when our adversary will return.
She's like fangirling over Mitsuru.
All right.
That was actually
Fujikawa
really
said
cute.
that she was captured, but why would they treat her differently?
I suspect it was to block communication. If we could speak freely as we just did, their whole scheme would collapse. Ah, so that's why Teddy and Rise-san were the hosts.
What do you mean?
The real Teddy has a similar power. That's why those two were taken separately. Not only that, but by acting as the two who had disappeared, the enemy thought it could portray them as traitors. Though it appears that Teddy managed to escape on his own somehow.
How come I'm the only one fake Teddy is watching over personally? Sheesh.
You have the most powerful investigative persona. They must have had to take greater pains with you.
Yup.
I think we're keeping this going too long. We've exchanged what we know already, so I'm gonna shut down the comms link. Be careful, you guys.
I face Shirogane once again.
We are responsible for this case. Rescuing the ones who've been dragged into it is part of our mission. Besides, she's another of your friends, isn't she? All the more reason for me to go save her.
He makes a small gesture as if searching for the right words. After taking some time to think, to make up his mind, he looks at me in
You're
the eye
quite
once
prepared
more.
for this. It would be unfair of me not to tell you everything. Please hear me out. The reason I came here was to...
You're a real straight arrow.
I cut him off intentionally.
You're very proud to be a detective, no? I can see it in your eyes. You would never sell out your beloved justice. If you've done nothing to be ashamed of, that makes us even. I haven't been entirely forthright with you either.
Kirijo-san. It seems I still have much to learn.
Damn. Despite what I said, I can make an educated guess as to his motives. He's a persona user. That means the police selected as their observer someone with the potential. Someone with the potential! The police knew. I hate how that comes back all the time. Leading me to believe that he's been asked to secretly spy on me. We have nothing to hide anymore. There are many things that shouldn't be made public. I'm
Well
sure his
then,
judgment is sound.
I will once again entrust my friend's safety and the resolution of this case to you.
I would love to make like
In honor
an
of the
emote or
bond
something
we are
about the
forming,
potential.
Mitsuru Kirijo.
But I don't know what it would
promise
be.
that I will not let you down.
I smile back at him and move on without looking back. I know that there is someone up ahead I must atone for. There is no hesitation in my steps. Bye! We reached the 3rd floor!
Kirijo?
As I open the door, 2 students greet me. One of them is the voice I heard through my persona, Fujikawa, I presume. The other is a girl I didn't see on the video.
Hang tight, Miss President. We'll be okay now that help's arrived. Kirijo-san, this girl got dragged into this mess too. We have to help her before that general comes back.
So you're Fujikawa. Sorry, but I'll need you to step back.
Huh?
It's not just Persona 4. Everybody in general has the potential.
We meet at last.
There's so many,
Astounding.
so much potential.
You really do
everywhere.
look human. But you're not, are you, Labris?
Ooh. The girl jumps at hearing this. Fujikawa still looks unsure, but I can't drag her into this.
What if Teddy said that this persona has the potential?
Huh? What do you mean she's not
I
human?
don't know. Think of it 100
Isn't she a
bits.
victim who got dropped inside the TV?
Labris being a victim is one way to see it. But if what I've learned thus far is accurate, then the one who set up this Grand Prix is most likely...
Labris, our records show that you were loaded with special equipment. Undoubtedly a function that affects thoughts and scrambles recognition. That's why we saw and heard illusions whenever we fought. It would also explain General Teddy's appearance, and those who met you believing you to be human.
Holy shit.
Special equipment? Labras? What are you talking about?
Labras' protestations of ignorance sounds as if she's in denial about something she already knows. It's tragic, hearing the desperation
I'm sure
in her
the reason
voice.
why you captured 2 people with analytical personas wasn't just to keep them from interfering with your designs. I came to a realization when I noticed I was the only one who sensed that noise. An analytical persona's searches clash with your ability. They dispel illusions, so you needed to confine them. You feared that if they caught you off guard and used their persona's ability, this would happen.
Exactly the sensation I felt before each round in the tournament. Artemisia cancels out the force, scrambling out senses, and the illusion begins to wear off. Little by little, the facade fades away, and her true appearance emerges.
No! What's going on? This can't be.
What was your motive, Labras? Was it revenge in the end? I can understand why you'd hold a grudge. I caught glimpses of it on my way here. But your hatred should be centered on the Kirijo group. Why drag innocent students into your vendetta?
Kirijo group? No. I don't want to remember. Never again. Miss President. Kirijo-san. She seems to be in a lot of pain. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you can't push her any further.
That moment, Labras grabs the equipment on her back that I had mistaken for wings. It suddenly separates and transforms into a giant battle axe that's larger than she is.
Miss President?
Get back! Hurry!
Uh-oh, we gonna fight. Labras approaches one step at a time, her axe at the ready. Steps are halting, but she's moving with battle clearly.
The injunction against harming humans has been removed? I see. No wonder she was sealed away.
Behind me, I hear Kujikawa pleading. Yeah.
Shut up! I didn't like that!
Yikes. And done. She didn't use a persona, but it's possible that her mental instability prevented her from doing so. Might have been a blessing in disguise.
I don't intend to turn a blind eye to the sins committed against you. That is why I must bring you back.
Labras is the mastermind. Not only of this tournament, but maybe of the entire incident from the beginning. What if Labras was never stolen, but instead escaped? Considering her powers, is it possible that she deluded the ordinary human hijackers? There's no knowing when Labras regained her consciousness inside her cage. What if she hadn't awakened on opening it? What if she is already conscious inside of there? She had been sealed for roughly 13 years. More than enough time to formulate a plan.
If that was indeed the case, it'd make more sense for this to be a plan devised by Labras, rather than an unknown party suddenly stealing her away. I can't imagine how much resentment such a small, artificial body could hold. A tragic mastermind, huh?
Huh? Mastermind? You got it wrong, Kirijo-san! That girl's not...
Fujikawa calls out from behind me. Just as she does so, I feel an imminent threat rushing toward my back. I turn around in surprise. It can't be.
Looks like you've saved me some time while I was out running errands.
Well, you're...
There's a noise, and all I can do is keep from falling to my own knees.
What's going on? This is Labras' interference pattern.
Mm-hmm. That's right. As thanks for cornering the real one, I'll show you something.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we don't wanna watch that. Same thing as normal. Noise lifts once the mimicry is dispelled, but what if it reveals as something I hadn't expected?
Another Labrys?
No. It's the shadow.
Why are there two of her?
I am a shadow. The true self.
Ruh-roh.
It's Miss...
That second Labrys, who was that? Everything I thought I knew has been overturned by this turn of events.
What is she? You seem to know.
First, tell me something. Why was she in so much pain? What's all this about Labrys and weapons?
Well, Reese.
I'm sorry, but that's classified. It's not for civilian ears.
Then I won't tell you anything about her. If you want to know what I know, you have to tell me what you know first.
Info for info.
Well, I suppose you're involved now. All right, her official name is 5th Generation Anti-Shadow Suppression Weapon, codenamed Labrys. She is an android weapon created by the Kirijo group years ago. In order to use persona abilities, she was given a heart.
She's a machine. Kujikawa's shocked expression conveys her thoughts as perfectly as if she'd spoken them aloud.
We couldn't let her run free. Just look at the trouble she's caused. We came to retrieve her and minimize any damages.
I hold back no details in telling her of the cruel experiments she must have underwent during her development.
Hey, why didn't you listen to what she was trying to say? She said that she didn't want to remember, but you kept pushing your demands on her and making her feel bad.
That's...
I paused, considering her accusation. She may be right. Indeed, I was so desperate to put an end to this case that I didn't listen to what Labrys had to say.
You gave her a heart because you needed her to have one, and then kept treating her like that. No wonder she's in pain.
Fujikawa has nothing but compassion for Lana.
Why are you siding with Labrys so much?
I heard her voice a few times. It sounded like it was from her past. She said she was forced to fight when she didn't want to, that she was hurt and afraid.
Fujikawa had also heard the voice, just as I did when she used her persona. Fujikawa slowly tells me about what happened last year, the reasons why she came to Ginaba. How due to her career as an idol. Okay, yeah.
Someone to believe in, huh?
That makes sense. Hearing that brought up again is a sore point for me.
She's Miss President's shadow.
I tell Fujikawa the details I had previously said I couldn't reveal.
Fujikawa.
The repressed desires you don't want to admit? Here, they take on a life of their own.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to be
that's
doing
why.
an
what's her
arena
ultimate
highlight
goal?
video.
Why
I think
did
it'll
she
only
take
end up
Labrys?
being one video.
Shadows, they try to become real. It confronts the original with weaknesses to make them deny that the shadow's part of them. Also, it can take their place.
I see. Then there's no time to lose.
Do you think you can save her? A shadow doesn't disappear until the original person accepts it.
That's why I must believe in her and support her. Even if it's left unsaid, I still understand Fujikawa's desire. I share it.
Fujikawa, let me amend my earlier statement. I didn't come here just to minimize the damage. I came to save everyone. Will you trust me on that?
She looks into my eyes, and after wiping her face
Make
with a
sure you
handkerchief-
listen to what Labrys wants to say this time, okay?
I fully intend to.
She smiles in embarrassment. She apologizes to me for taking such a spiteful tone. I can tell she's being honest and sincere. Fujikawa promises to cooperate as much as possible for Labrys' sake. I decide to have her contact her friends and pass on a simple explanation of the situation. She agrees and adds that she'll try and contact Akihiko and Aigis as well. She seems to have already grasped how our safeguards against detection by personas work.
Speaking with you made me understand something important. Thank you for that. It must be that smile of yours that catches your audience's heartstrings.
Promise me then. Make sure you come back with her.
I'll do my best, Ri. Spurred on by her words, I begin running to where I detect Labrys on me, though I don't yet have a plan to save her. Alright, we're going to the music room. According to the guide map, it should have been further away. Uh-oh! Oh no! Oh no! If the walls are still here, does that mean the Grand Prix rules are still being enforced? As a test, I hold a hand out to the space where I just entered the room.
It seems we're locked in. The rule against proceeding without fighting is still in effect.
Whoop! Are you Kirijo-san by any chance? Rise got in touch with me.
I am indeed Mitsuru Kirijo. As I recall, you were the Sister
Sister
no,
complex?
Your name was Narukami. There doesn't seem to be anything scrambling our senses. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't sense any noise, but it can't hurt to ask. He nods, showing that he understands the question.
Rise told me you were out to save Miss President. Labrys, her name was?
That's right. But I must act swiftly. There's no noise here because our enemy thinks we'll be hesitant to fight in our right minds. Would you mind conceding? I don't want to drag you into this any further.
I understand, but I can't do it like that.
Narukami gives a wry smile before his expression flattens again.
If the rules are still in effect, my friends are still trapped. They still need someone to rescue them. I fought battles I didn't want and taken on a lot of responsibilities, which includes saving Labrys, of course. It's not that I don't believe you, but I don't think it's right to simply hand the burden over to someone I just met.
I see.
Sorry, this must be frustrating to you.
No, don't misunderstand me. I have no objections. I admire your willingness. With the final battle awaiting ahead, perhaps it's best that the stronger of us two should be the one to proceed.
Atmosphere in the arena changes. Narukami senses it as well and readies his weapon. It's strange, but he reminds me of someone. Although his fighting stance, physique, and features are completely different, he still reminds me of the one who saved us.
I like the look in your eyes. I will test your resolve with my sword.
Fortunately, I won the match, although in fighting these people, I've come to see them in a new light.
But first, I have something to ask you.
In this world, to encounter another leads to an immediate win-or-lose situation. That's why I had intended to limit my interactions with others. All I felt regarding these students was regret for dragging them into this mess. But in order to be sure I can save Labrys, I feel that I'll need their help.
Human and has been through things that aren't easy to understand. What were you going to do for her when you found her?
Nothing in particular. But I could have stood at her side at the very least.
At her side?
A number of things dawn on me with Narukami's words. Though I had resolved to fight by myself, I wasn't truly alone. I had family and friends who supported me. But Labrys was alone. She fought against the same units who shared her fate, and after escaping into this world, she had no one. I see. I understand now. He politely underlined something important I had overlooked. He's not the first to show me a new perspective like this. This warm sensation that's spread within me. I understand now. That's why Narukami reminded me of it.
You really do remind me of an old friend.
I do?
Yes. Though he's more than just a friend. I owe my life to him.
I attempt to contact Kujikawa again. When she responds, I give her an... She eagerly agrees, and Narukami, who's listening in, nods in satisfaction.
Well then, I'll be going now. To save Labris.
There's no hesitation now.
Kujikawa, can you hear me? The shadow is headed to the announcement room again.
Rough. Fucking rough.
I've already picked up on her and got out. Also, I've managed to reach your friends. I was just talking to someone named Aegis.
She's never tried to connect multiple people at once, but with a little practice, she's picked up the knack. Persona support skills are advanced. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He located Akihiko and Aegis. She's talented. Woo! Shadow's presence is nearby. I retrace my steps to the announcement room and throw open the door. I'm ready to end this.
You really helped me out, though. You were pretty hard on this girl, weren't you?
The expression drains from Labris's face as she mutters angrily at herself. The shadows must be hammering at Labris's psyche in order to have Labris deny herself.
Look me. Human.
Oh no! Whatever will happen. Oh shit!
Don't say anymore!
Labris.
Aw, Mitsuru. I step between Labris and her shadow and draw my weapon. Oh. The shadow looks at me and her face boils
What's this
over
all
with
about?
passion.
Oh, of course. It would be a problem if she were destroyed while you were retrieving her, huh? Retrieve?
No! This has got nothing to do with me!
How long are you gonna lie to yourself? It's about time you face reality. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through. Right? That's why we're in school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close
Acts on those feels,
fight for their
man.
lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand.
That ain't true!
But it didn't work. Kirito marched in here and spoiled your fun. It's all right, though. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did.
No! No! That ain't what I want!
Rejection. Shadow's power
I'll stand for all
rises.
this.
You're not me!
Acting pissed.
Down.
I support Labris, who slumped over, and make my intentions plain.
What's with you, you hypocrite? The way you've been acting pisses me off.
Good.
How can you be so kind to her? No matter what you do, it won't erase your sins.
Yup.
Fine. Since you're a Kirito, why not tell you exactly what your family did to me? What they made me do? Remember those spectating students? What did you think those human-shaped silhouettes were?
For a moment, her unexpected shift in topics catches me off guard.
Those were shadows, too. Shadows of the prototypes you made her destroy. When they were destroyed, their information was transferred to the victor. What's left of their hearts remains deep inside Labris.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. They all have a soul. but because they never fully developed, their shadows helped her play school after they separated from her. Do you see? Those spectators you saw everywhere were her sisters she had to kill at the Kirijo group's orders.
I'm at a loss for words. I can only stand there, speechless.
I haven't forgotten. I'll never let their memories or their pain go. I won't forgive anyone who tries to take my freedom.
Her anger is justified. It's natural for her to hold a grudge after what we did to them.
I acknowledge your anger and grief. Setting things right here is my way of atoning. This fight will release you from your curse once and for all.
Finally!
After a fierce battle, Shadow falls silent. Stops resisting entirely.
Am I gonna be alone again?
Aww.
What am I saying? Of course I am. After all I've done.
No. No one will lock you away ever again.
Huh?
I thought I had a firm grasp on things. But in the end, all I did was drive you into a corner. I'm sorry.
Why is a Kirijo apologizing to a machine? I mean, I hurt people. Dragged them into my own mess. I'm just like I was before. There ain't no reason to forgive me.
That is solely your opinion.
Huh?
Kujikawa, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Is that Rise-san?
That's right. You've met her too, and...
Seems Kujikawa accomplished what I asked of her earlier. I wanted her to use her persona ability to connect the voices of her friends directly to Labrys. Some of them I've met, while some I don't know at all. In truth, some of them may find it hard to forgive Labrys for dragging them into this, even after learning of her circumstances. But I believe in them.
To tell the truth, I only saw you for a second, so I ain't really sure what's going on.
Oh, Konji.
But it seemed like you went through a lot. Anyway, hope things start looking up.
Konji's the best!
It's way too simple. Can't you think of anything better to say?
Hey, it ain't simple at all. I know damn well how tough it is to see a shadow come out of yourself.
Everybody does.
Yeah, we've all been through the same thing, so we'd suck pretty bad if we didn't forgive you.
It caused me a lot of trouble, but it was still kind of fun. Kinda.
He never figured out the plot. I'm curious to see Konji's side of the story because he just seems so clueless on everybody's perspective so far, or like the few times that we've seen him. Oh.
None of us can cast stones after you've gone through the hardship of facing your shadow.
I think the last two that I'm curious
I'm
about
just glad you're
watching
okay.
are probably Aigis and Kanji.
I was worried about you.
If we can bust those
I
two
left you
out
alone
tomorrow,
knowing
then
you
I
couldn't
think
use
I'll
a
move on to
persona.
Ultimax starting next week.
Labrys, when you come back, we should talk.
Senpai's right. And not just
Aigis
us.
is probably the biggest one that I would like to, or the most
Sister?
important one I'd like to do.
Can you
before
hear
moving
me?
on. The rest I'll watch on my
I too would like
own.
to talk with you. There's something I'd like to tell you. You may know it already, but still.
Voices chiming in are gentle and kind and warm.
You are a machine, unlike us. That is undeniably true. There will be days to come when you are tormented by solitude and caged by your own weakness. But one thing will be very different. Starting today, you are not alone.
Whether she's machine or human has no bearing on her suffering. To be crushed under the weight of despair with seemingly no end to the pain, feeling that one cannot go on any longer. I'm no stranger to those feelings myself. It was always someone else, such as friends or family, who saved me. But when you're alone, it's difficult to see a way out. You can't find it unless someone else shows you. That's when you learn the extraordinary power derived from one's relationships.
Companionship is the greatest guide. In my mission here, I've come to be reminded of that.
Hey,
We
babe,
hope
it's
to
been a
become
while.
that
Hey,
guide
friend.
for you as well. If you're not alone, you can stand to face the most painful of truths.
Face the truth.
We hold out, we reach out to the truth.
I'm sorry.
Accepting the shadow. Wee! Wee wee wee.
Back, you guys.
Alright, headed toward the rooftop where there's supposedly an exit to the real world. A small crowd welcomes us on our arrival. Some of them I haven't met. Kanji, Tatsumi, Chie, and Teddy. The real one is much more adorable. I guess Teddy is kind of adorable,
Whoa!
but like,
You really
kind
are
of.
a robot! Hey, can I touch you?
Chie-san, that's a bit impolite. It's hard enough restraining myself already.
Nanto's jealous?
Restrain yourself.
What?
Well,
Can I touch you? Nanto's like, no, I wanted to touch her. What? That's rude. You can't ask. I wanted to ask.
I'm sorry I caused you guys trouble.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that. That Grand Prix was you, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't a half-bad idea. Fighting to see who's the strongest man was awesome!
What?
Kanji's right, but you should have invited me, too!
Sorry?
I'm exploding today.
I
I'm so
won't
sorry.
forgive you until you say, I really like you, you big bear of a man. All sexy like that.
Persona
Guys,
4
stop
Arena
making
takes
it even
place
worse.
after Persona
Sorry we're
4.
starting off like this.
In any case, I'm really glad you're all right.
I got you to thank for that.
They take very naturally to someone who isn't
Great
human.
job, Mitsuru. But man, talk about a rowdy bunch of students.
Hey, you were like that one day.
Still,
Back in the
They are
day,
kind.
Akiko.
Is something the matter?
I'm not good at relying on others. My responsibilities are so heavy that I don't even think of trusting others with them. I've been told it before, but it never gets easy.
Why not think of things more simply? When something cannot be accomplished alone, there is no other choice but to trust in others to help. Good or bad, it is inevitable. Then why not accept it and move forward? You aren't alone either, after all.
I can't keep myself from smiling at the truism.
You're right. It's not difficult at all when put that way. It's just as I was saying about companionship being a guide.
I'm thankful for my friends. They say the things that I cannot take and take me outside myself with new perspectives. I'm sure that the same principle will save Labrys from straying her from her path. Although, I think again about the case. Now that Labrys is safe, there's another issue. The mastermind was not Labrys, but her shadow. However, her shadow emerged and began to act only after she entered the TV world. It's hard to reconcile that with Labrys taking the initiative to escape. Come to think of it, there's something else that can't be explained if we assume Labrys was behind everything.
Was Labrys truly the mastermind here?
No!
What are you getting at?
Why did Labrys choose them? Where did Labrys learn of them?
It's the students of Yasugami High that trouble me. I can't see why Labrys would have selected them. I thought that they might have sensed the changes Labrys caused in this world on their own, but no. The video that brought them here called them by name. Not to mention that the shadow took the appearance of General Teddy from the start. Neither would be possible unless she had identified them beforehand.
Even we didn't know about them or about this world inside the TV. How did Labrys discover all this?
Damn good question.
Yeah, I can't explain it either.
And I still have my doubts regarding the hijackers' mental state. Their memories were so muddled that they couldn't even explain themselves. Do Labrys' ability extend that far? The more I think about it, the more questions arise. There must be some larger plan at work here after all.
Well, the fastest way to find out is to just ask her. Hey, Labrys!
Akihiko.
You don't get what happened to Akihiko? Well, he traveled around the whole world, searching for the world's best protein. Yep. And trained.
When did you wake up? How did you find out about the TV world?
About this place?
Uh-oh! Labrys abruptly stops moving just before it's starting to convulse and taking a leap backwards. It happened so suddenly that even the students standing some distance away raised their voices.
Get back!
Her face has gone blank. She's not malfunctioning. You got hijacked. If we're all here, the shadow is defeated and someone is still hijacking her, then...
I know you're there. Who are you? Show yourself.
I expected a response, but the source of my answer came as a shock.
Show myself? How cold. You treat me as if I
Oh
were a
no,
slave.
now we fight our own shadow. Whatever will we do?
No way. Kirijo-san's shadow?
I have to set up 14 in a second because I have to raid in 10 minutes. So I want to be a little bit early. We'll go for like 5 more minutes and see where we're at here. It's me in every way, save for the unnatural gleam in the golden eyes and the mocking expressions it makes.
Do you not recognize your own face? I am you.
Ooh, I am you. My heart is calm. In fact, her appearance may be giving me more clues as to the enemy's intentions.
You seem to have a penchant for deception. Unfortunately, I already know that you're the mastermind here. You were after Persona users from the start. That's why you chose this school and tampered with Labrys' memories. And you just demonstrated how you controlled those hijackers. Very good. No wonder you managed to drive back
Okay, so like the mastermind has to have knowledge of all of the characters that have personas
more now.
in
You want them?
4. So all
Explain
of the
yourself.
Persona 4 characters.
Personas
The mastermind has to have knowledge of all of them. Know that they all have personas. The mastermind also has to have knowledge of the Kirijo group. Somewhat of Aegis too.
Wait, what?
But nobody
You
fits
mean
that
turn
bill.
our personas
Like,
back to shadows?
The heart
Nobody-
is frail. Its
unless like
weaknesses
there's
are
a
never
character
fully
in
vanquished.
P4
Given the opportunity,
that
it can
has
betray
knowledge
you
of
and return to
Kirijo
darkness.
group that was just never mentioned or something.
This one's desire to make
strange.
people suffer was perfectly suited for
But
such
I
a
don't
plan.
think they would make up a new character that would be the master.
Plan?
It's so weird.
You caused all this to gather strong shadows?
It was forensics team.
Who are you?
Sadly, it seems things won't be going according to plan this time. But I'll make use of what tools I have to the very end. This is my last chance. No, more like a marvelous entertainment. This form is exhausted from constant battle and will be useless as an asset. But unless you destroy it, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What will you do?
Labras obeys the Shadow's command and leaps forward to attack.
But, come on! She's all over us! Ah!
Akiko be like, no, don't attack her! But like, we gotta do something.
Now,
She's gonna be a
May
something.
you suffer and curse your fate. Relinquish your personas.
At that moment, I hear a voice whisper in my mind.
Huh?
I stop in spite of myself. I know this voice well. Relief washes over me to hear it. This match will end in our victory. I call to everyone assemble.
Don't listen. Everyone concentrate on avoiding her attacks.
But we can't do that forever!
Just try and hang in there. Trust me. I trust in you.
Hell
We need
yeah,
to buy
partner. Let's let Mitsuru-san do her thing.
Hell yeah, they recover from the confusion at once when Narukami speaks. Interesting. He seems to be a great leader.
Akihiko, Aigis, back them up.
You got it.
No one will force my sister to hurt others ever again!
Go get him, Tiger.
You had best hurry and decide. Who will be destroyed? The shell or the lot of you?
Shadow laughs triumphantly to see us driven against a wall. She's acting like a god, but she's much too
It's
short.
over. What?
Ooh. Labras comes to a halt and is released from the Shadow's control. She must have been forced to exceed her limits, for she falls to the floor as if her strings had been cut. We didn't attack her at all, yet she's left unable to so much as break her fall. A chill goes down my spine to imagine what could have happened if we'd fought her at our full strength.
Looks like you made it in the nick of time. You saved us, Yamagishi.
Are you all okay? Fuka-san!
She saved us!
So you had a third assistant.
That voice. It's not coming from in here. Whoever it is out there.
Seriously? She can use hers in reality too?
Fuka's a badass. She's a fucking queen. She responded at the perfect moment to my earlier phone call asking her to come at once.
It's just as you thought, Mitsuru-senpai. The enemy is only mimicking your appearance. It's a fake.
Very impressive to guess correctly from such a long distance away. So these are the limits of a half-broken puppet. Well, no matter. This was only ever for my own enjoyment.
You despicable monster!
I didn't expect you to fight back this hard, but didn't you have fun? You were all taken in by an illusion. This place, these traps, everything came from your own minds. You dread yourselves most of all.
But your biggest mistake was that you took my form in the end.
I take a step forward.
Are you angry? All right.
Let's
I'll
fight.
play along.
Oh, we're burning
Show
bread!
us along, right?
Don't say another word while wearing that face. I'll teach you just who it is you've made an enemy of!
Oh,
On guard! You're slow! You have time.
Mitsuru versus Mitsuru.
Check.
Okay, I do have to. I'm not like gonna stop there, but let me log into Final Fantasy XIV, friends, so that I can get in my raid group. We might start late though, depending on if my team is there. So I'm gonna continue the story in a hot second, but I do want to get myself prepped in 14 right now. So give me a moment to log in, get myself set up because I have to set up my controller as well. So we'll continue in a hot minute. Okay, Steam controller settings. Turn it off. Okay, open DS4. Cool. Ding da da ding, it worked. Logging into 14. And I think I'll stream raid. My team is only raiding for 2 hours. We cleared UCOB yesterday. Technically, I already cleared it like 2 years ago, but I helped my new static clear it as a healer. So we're going for re-clears on UCOB for the next 2 hours. Hopefully we get a couple re-clears in. We'll see. Alrighty. Also, I wanted to... Is that... Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's not. That's okay. Why does it... Oh, my game is like super quiet. I need to change the volume a little bit. Are you gonna do the next ultimate? Absolutely, yes. Yeah. I love raiding in Final Fantasy 14, so I will absolutely be doing the next ultimate. Next week is also going to be really weird with streams because patch 5.4 is coming out for 14, and my static is going for... Well, we're probably not going to get week 1 clears of the new raid tier, but we'll probably at least get the first 3 fights down. Like we usually get like the first 3 fights down and then like half of the 4th fight. That's usually our pacing. So yeah, we're gonna be raiding next week, Tuesday. So streams might be a little bit weird next week, but they'll go back to normal the week after that. But I am a pretty heavy raider in this game, so with the new raid tier coming out, we go pretty ham with hours and raiding just for like the first week or 2. Okay, let me get in here. Am I late? Oh, cool. So this is what I was hoping for. Not everyone's here yet, so we can actually keep watching. I'm going to keep watching the... We'll keep watching this until, like, my whole team is here, but they're not here right now, so... Let me, So I can, we'll do that so I can at least, like, hear people coming in. Okay, so we're still waiting for 2 people. Let's keep watching until my whole raid team is in. You'll understand this 14 speak? It's okay. I just like doing hard content, and raiding is really fun for me in 14, so yeah. Oh no, I hate... I am really not a Kingdom Hearts fan. I tried to get into the series and absolutely did not like it. Alright, so anyway, back to Mitsuru, until raid team is alive.
This is fine with me. Good enough for my purposes that I confirmed you have enough power to meet my expectations.
Shadow laughs as if defeat mattered to it, not at all.
Form. I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance. But sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game. All that irritates me is having to feign cooperation with that foolish human until I obtain the one true vessel.
What? Foolish human?
I'll see you and another guy's next time. Just wait until then. The real you will face the same consequences soon. Choose your last words carefully.
Its laugh echoes throughout the room as the shadow borrowing my form disappears into thin air.
Yamagishi!
The reading disappeared. It didn't move, it just vanished. What could this mean?
It is really weird.
Back to square one again.
Another guys, huh?
Don't even think about coming around here again!
GA will rip you
What
a
are we
new
up
one.
against? Our enemy seems to be targeting Persona users.
It seems that even they know who the enemy is. Not even they know who the enemy is, though I didn't expect they would. The enemy had extensive knowledge of Labrys, something even I didn't have. There is no denying it. Whoever did this is well versed in the Kirijo group's internal workings. Gathering powerful shadows, now we know the enemy's general aim, but what do they plan to do with them? I literally have no idea who this could be. None of that matters at the moment. I suppose I signal it to Akihiko. Akihiko catches it and turns toward the students.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, it's
we'll
definitely
handle things
Dojima.
from here.
Wait, but it kinda said it was still after us.
Of course, you should be aware that the enemy is out there. Akihiko only means that there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is, after all, our duty.
But...
I don't expect them to like my answer, but the reason I started the Shadow Operatives is to protect people from these things. The students, they're still young. Granting my permission would only mean them becoming more involved. We should be the ones to take responsibility.
Guys, let's leave this to them.
You can...
Are you serious?
They're right that we need to go back for now. We're all at our limit.
When Narukami signals to him, Hanamura's complaints fall suspiciously silent. That hardly fooled anyone. Either they take me for an imbecile, or think it won't matter even if I do catch on. I suppose I can live with it. That determined I have no one to dissuade them. We'll have to take care of everything before they can involve themselves, that's all. Teddy jumps around, his footsteps sounding highly unnatural to catch our attention.
Alrighty, attention please! The trip doesn't end until we get out of the TV!
Right.
Dude, we were in the middle of a conversation.
What are you doing with this ancient TV? Hang on, where'd you even get this?
It's a Teddy Vision! You can get out from here!
They exchange banter as if the recent problems are already long past. It's so that they can continue to be so carefree that we must fight. Moreover...
How's Labrys?
There wasn't much damage to her motor functions. I don't believe it will take much time to repair her. Still, the stress on her cognitive functions must have been severe. It may take some time for her to awaken.
I guess gazes sadly at Labrys' unmoving form in her arms. After action reports on the case, investigating leads on the culprit, there's a mountain of things to do.
Here you go, Mitsuru-san.
Ah, thank you.
After issuing instructions, I'm ready to take a break when Iga serves me a cup of tea with perfect timing. The fresh scent of Darjeeling. I take a moment to savor the mellow aroma of musky. That's right, spring is nearly over. I feel like I can barely keep track of the seasons anymore.
We will be leaving Inaba tomorrow. Keep that in mind when making preparations.
Understood.
We're rather limited here in this hotel room. Originally, I intended to return today, but we're all so tired that we had to stay the night. This is a hotel room? Bitch got like the fucking best luxury suite that they could offer.
It's me, Fuka.
Come in.
Of course she did.
I'm sorry I had to summon you on such short notice.
Oh no, it's all right. I was on vacation too, after all.
How is Labrys?
So
She's still resting. There was a lot of
I
stress
love
on
Fuka.
her,
Wow.
so we might have to
She
carry
became
her
a
out.
babe.
I see.
Yamagishi takes a nearby chair. There's weariness in her
I
eyes.
looked into the records. Labrys was built on a self-contradicting foundation.
Still waiting on one.
Self-contradicting?
Unlike with Aegis, when Labrys was being developed, no one had the know-how to create a personality from scratch. So, it seems like they took an actual girl's personality and used it as a base.
A living girl. So that's why her heart is unexpectedly advanced.
But if she had all of the original girl's memories, a contradiction would occur in her self-awareness. Normally, they'd make adjustments to prevent that, but even then, they couldn't guarantee it would be completely safe. That's why Labrys was loaded with a self-deceiving function in case a conflict arose in her self-awareness.
She was deceiving herself? Then the function that interfered with our perception...
It was listed as meant for infiltration, but that was a technicality. Its true purpose was a safety mechanism.
She's given a heart. I silently beg the heavens for forgiveness at the cruelty and injustice performed upon her.
I think that should be okay now.
A hesitant voice comes from outside.
Labrys! When did you get here? Sorry to sneak up on you. But after I faced my shadow and learned how to use my persona, it's hard to explain, but it felt like my emotions settled down. Actually, that may be what happened. Facing one's shadow could be said to be correcting
We apparently have like
one's
7 to 10 minutes. We might be able to finish this. Pog! Chat, we might be able to finish this
Your
before we start raid.
developers came to the
That'd be
decision
awesome.
that it was an insurmountable problem, yet you overcame it.
She pets Labrys.
How do you feel? Does anything seem off?
Oh, no. You guys have treated me so well, I feel kind of guilty about it. My body's all fixed up too, so there shouldn't be any problems there.
I see.
Labrys' expression seems gentle. She appears to be mentally stable. I doubt there's any danger of her losing control again.
I wanted to talk to you about where we go from here.
From here? You mean, about me?
Originally, we planned to take you back to the lab on Yakushima, but that was when we still thought of you as a mere object. Is that what you want to happen?
What else is there? You could tell us what you yourself want. You do have a heart, just like us. Who knows? Maybe you could even go to school eventually. Me? Go to school?
Even Aigis has been to school, and that was when she knew much less about the world than you know now.
True, 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 true.
Thinking
She knew
back
nothing.
to that time is, it's rather embarrassing.
Surprisingly, Labrys falls silent in thought. To live a life no different than anyone else's. That must be exactly what she wants. Should I tell her there's no need to worry about living expenses? No, best to wait for her decision. She should be the one to decide on her future. After a long silence, Labrys speaks again.
School. It sounds great. But I feel like there's something I gotta do first. I mean, yeah, it's been my dream for a long time to go to school. But someone's after those guys. Someone's trying to wreck their lives. I want to catch whoever it is myself. I want to look after those guys.
Rather than being with them, she chose to protect them. It's a beautiful, selfless decision. She thought for herself and chose her own path. I see no reason to deny her that.
The Security Department Shadow Response Unit would be glad to have you. Welcome to the team, Labrys.
I extend a hand. If she takes it, she'll be putting ordinary life on hold for a while. I know she understands that, but she takes it anyway.
I get to work with you, sister. I guess. That reminds me. I am your younger sister, but I am more experienced than you. This may be somewhat confusing.
Though the two sisters are a bit awkward around each other now, a new bond will form there as well. Labrys made her own choice not to live an ordinary life. You could say that she is truly facing herself. She'll be all right. Seeing the two of them together makes me sure of it.
I'll give you a tour of the lab tomorrow. Make sure you're ready to write things down.
Tomorrow? We're leaving Inaba already? I haven't even said goodbye. I can't leave without seeing him one more time. Oh, that's good to hear. It means you've made some friends. Friends.
I turned
Iris, get in contact with them by whatever means you deem necessary.
Understood. How should I contact them? I only know their names.
Yamagishi, your usual method should prove effective once again.
Huh? But isn't that invading their privacy?
Permission granted. Remember, we have official sanction to operate now.
Oh shit. After how they acted when we were parting, we'll definitely need their contact information. They won't sit quietly by, of that I'm sure. This matter is still open after all. The mystery remains unsolved and there are still worries nagging at me. But that's not the only legacy of this case.
I'll help look him up too.
Lavis breaks into a smile and takes Aiga's side at the computer. The bonds that gave her that smile, they will light our unseen path. There's no knowing yet where this case might lead. But the day that we stop in our tracks, too afraid to continue, will never come. Wait, there's actually credits? Oh. We've never seen the credits. Credits exist. Okay, so that's, Mitsuru's story. We finished it! Oh my god, I'm so happy. That's Pog. That's pretty Pog, dude. Yeah, no, we didn't. Alright, so now, where we go from here? Let me bring up my other, thing that we got. Okay. I'm totally here. Yeah. Okay, hold on. We're not done. So we have, this? Let me see. Okay, so of this list, we still want to watch on stream. I would like to watch Aigis and possibly Kanji, but I don't think we're going to be able to do both of them. That's a lot of hours. So Aigis is 3.5 hours. Holy shit. And then Kanji is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So together, that's 5 hours and like 45 minutes. That's so long. Tomorrow I can only stream for like 4 hours max, because I raid again at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to get both of them done tomorrow. Woo-hoo! I do want to see Aigis though. Aigis is the big one. And then...
Are you awake?
I mean, we could always start now while we're still waiting.
Hey, nice stick in the back.
Nice stick in the back? What do you mean stick in the back? What? Sink, by the way, you're an idiot. Oh, you mean my tree. Oh my god. Sink, you know that you don't have to leave a party anymore to go cross world. You know that, right? You don't have to leave the party, you can just go. Okay, I was like wondering why you left. You don't need to do that anymore. Anyway. Alright. Alright, so while we're waiting, I'm just gonna keep going. Might as well just start Aigis now.
I'm sorry. I had turned off my consciousness to test the new equipment installed on me.
Yes, that's why we use the emergency channel. We've been asked to go into action.
Has something happened? Who sent the request?
We'll brief you on the details in transit. Also, regulations say that the member with the lowest serial number is in command. Currently, that's you.
Oh,
I'm in command? Are you sure about this? After all, I'm...
You're well suited for it, in my opinion.
Understood.
Oh, we start at the airport? May 1st. Men equipped with assault suits and tactical vests line the concrete ground. Their urban camouflage and unmoving poses give them the appearance of an orderly line of rocks. 30 minutes have already passed since the special assault team took up positions near the passenger plane stopped on the landing strip. Okay, so it's her story starts here, which is interesting. Their captain glares at the passenger plane before he slowly turns around and looks at each of his men. Every last one wears ski masks and thick tactical visors to mask their identities, but he knows them nonetheless.
Tell me about the situation and make it quick. We don't have much time.
Aw, no. Forensics team! One of the team steps forward next to him. The touchscreen tablet in his right hand has a summary of the case on it. May 1st, around 900 hours, a wide-body passenger aircraft headed for Kagoshima. Following the signal, the captain reported to the control tower that their aircraft had been hijacked. Since the uprising occurred during passenger boarding, only half of the passengers, 168 exactly, had boarded. The 10 crew members bring it to a total of 178 hostages thought to be on board. Some passengers seated near the hatch had succeeded in escaping. The following points were gained from questioning them. Take care not to be seen by the hijackers. There are 3 hijackers. All of them are covering their faces with ski masks. All of them are armed with what seem to be pistols. From their voices and builds, they appear to be males. They all spoke fluent Japanese. Currently, the aircraft in question has moved to the front of the landing strip at the hijackers' insistence and is stopped there. The authorities have attempted to negotiate with the hijackers by radio, but they have made no demands. The team member finishes his report. The captain nods silently and addresses his team.
There hasn't been a plane hijacked in this country in over 10 years. None of us, not even me.
Why,
have
hello
dealt
there. I
with this
hope you enjoyed the Hyrule Warriors playthrough.
Still, the procedure remains the same. Trust yourself, remember your training, and keep a cool head.
This is Aigis' route that we're now watching. The captain turns toward the plane again. Taking that as a cue, the team scatters to their specified posts to take up positions. The only thing to do now is see what happens. Eventually, 10 o'clock comes around. Half an hour has passed. No new developments. Worst case scenario is that they need to make demands that their objective is to seize the passenger plane itself. In this case, so we know that they're trying to hijack the case. So we're getting more story into that. Captain and his team can wait in hiding, but the same is not true for the passengers on board. For untrained civilians, extreme stress can easily lead to physical and mental problems. It's true not only for the hostages, but for the hijackers as well. When people lose their nerve, they tend to act rashly. The hostages will begin to lose hope, and the hijackers will begin taking it out on the hostages. An hour into the incident, anything could be happening inside the plane. The captain could do nothing but glare at the time ticked by. As the time ticked by. A slight change. Emails and calls are being checked. Not confirmed. It appears that the hijackers had confiscated all cellular phones.
Sir, there's a report from HQ. They picked up a transmission from one of the passengers' cell phones. It's a smartphone with GPS, so they can tell it's inside the plane.
Confirm those details for me.
Forensics team! Sorry. There are 2 possibilities. The hijackers are using a passenger's phone to contact associates outside, or that a passenger is contacting someone in secret. The latter possibility is more likely. More and more devices have communication capabilities now, making it extremely difficult for hijackers to remove them entirely from play. And the more hostages involved, the more courageous they become, and the more likely to take risks. Yeah. The officer is a man in the 60s in first class. He signed up with a certain service after being diagnosed with heart illness. It's a remote EKG monitoring service that keeps track of that patient's heartbeat. A scheduled message was automatically sent from the patient's cell phone. The service provider promptly contacted the police, informing them that the man was in bad shape.
Man's life is at stake.
Oh no! I didn't even... No! It's not over till it's over! Maybe... Alright, chat, I think unfortunately I have to change now. No! Alright, let me change my title. Final Fantasy 14. There might still be hope! We're just doing recom, re-clears. I also gotta move my camera to Final Fantasy 14 mode, which means we go over here. Actually, let me, I want to keep my camera small, but I'll just do that. Okay. Ah, shit, it's time. Ah, shit, it's time. Nabs is technically still not here, but, let's turn on all this again. Okay. Alright, so we'll continue this. Hey, we at least got 6 minutes into Aigis' story. That's a start. So we'll continue Aigis tomorrow. If we have extra time, I'll try to squeeze in Kanji as well. But tomorrow will definitely be the last arena stream regardless.